So you were pursuing a career in journalism and you got pregnant, and it was a shock.
Yeah, it was totally.
How long have you guys
unexpected.
been together?
About 3 months from the first date.
You said you were still struggling to pronounce her surname.
I'm not sure I knew her surname at that point.
So needless to say, baby arrives and both of you instantly fall in love with the gorgeous little baby Jasmine. And your views of being a mother at that point, you didn't go in thinking, I'm going to be this breastfeeding mother that's going to feed for 5 years. You actually bought formula. You took it.
Oh yeah, I thought, because I was quite a young, naive mum, I thought you needed formula milk, so I'd stocked up on formula, different food and dummies and bottles and stuff and sterilising kits for the baby.
So no plan whatsoever. And also breastfeeding, when it came to it, was not easy. I mean, people say it's the most natural thing in the world, but a lot of mothers find it really hard, you included.
Oh yeah, they're like these little aliens and squirming around like an octopus. So yeah, it didn't come naturally at all, but luckily I had really good support.
Yeah.
You've been very open about your own mental health issues, battles with depression and anxiety and eating disorders and things like that. Did you feel that breastfeeding grounded you a little?
Yeah, I found it wasn't the plan, but I found, because I've spoken out on my blog and vlog about mental health, I actually found that breastfeeding really anchored me.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I can kind of zone out and I'll be in my own little episode and whatnot. But when I'm feeding my baby or now my children, it actually anchors me a lot more and I can have some quality time with them and focus on them.
How old are the girls now, and how much feeding do you do?
So I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and the 2-year-old probably feeds kind of 8 to 10 times a day and night, and then Jasmine just feeds on a night time to get to sleep mainly.
OK, and so the way this affects you as a couple, which is where we've sort of started this conversation, is that because you are feeding through the night, you're in separate bedrooms.
Yeah, I think you quite like it because you get your own bed, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bedroom, and it depends on the girls, really. Sometimes they'll go down quite easily, and, you know, for example, if Sophie's not there and I'm at home alone, they go to sleep fine without breast milk. Obviously, I'm not feeding them.
No. So they are OK. So
You'd definitely be on for an interview then.
So they're not totally reliant on you to go to sleep. It's not like it's a crutch that they need, because when you're there on your own, they are perfectly fine.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And do they sleep through the night when she's not there? Do they go through and not wake up?
Yeah, no, they're absolutely fine. They're absolutely fine. It's just, I think it's more by association now.
Right.
That whenever Sophie's with them, it's almost like they're drawn to them.
Yeah.
So are you doing this for them, or are you doing this for you?
It's definitely for them. Like, at the moment, I get so tired because I'm doing all my work with my blog and vlog and then also feeding them. It's like today, I just wanted to have a bit of time, you know, to prepare and come in here. But instead, Ariana's grabbing at my top and whatnot. So a lot of people have said online especially, oh, you're doing it for yourself. But I think as all breastfeeding mothers and mothers formula feeding know, that we're just doing what's best for our babies and kids, and we just go along with whatever.
But I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's 5 years old, and there is something that, you know, it happens in people's heads, and you think 5 years old, you know, school.
Yeah.
How does this fit in? And at what point do you think, OK, that's fine, now's the time to wean?
Well, I think from the start of my breastfeeding journey, everyone's saying, when are you going to stop, when you're going to stop? But the more I've read up on it and the more I've researched it, biologically, as mammals, we feed from 1 to 7 years old until they get their molar teeth, and that's when they can't latch on. So I actually think it's more bizarre that we drink cow's milk, calf's breast milk as adults than it is that my child
It's definitely
feeds.
what we're used to, isn't it? And particularly in this country as well. I mean, you don't need to go that far to look at other countries around the world, and it's perfectly normal. And in fact, this item in itself would seem ridiculous that we'd be just talking about breastfeeding, really.
Yeah, well, I've got family in Southeast Asia, and when we went last Christmas and I was openly feeding them both, it was like, hallelujah, and everyone just came up to you and it was a celebration. It was like really like,
do you wish it was like that here?
Yeah, I don't need everyone coming up to me.
No, understandable, but not to be judged, I guess.
Well, yeah, just because I think sometimes we just accept the societal norm, and actually, like, I've not done this to make a point. I've just gone in my private life what's needed for my children.
Yeah.
And what about you, Chris? Then you've seen the criticism, you've seen the reaction. It does hurt, doesn't it?
I mean, my take on it is, I feel sorry for mothers. Whatever choice they make, they're judged. So whether you choose to breastfeed or even not to breastfeed from birth or to whatever age, you're judged either way, and it's almost like a battle you can't win. I mean, my perspective is you do what's right for your family and whatever's right for your kids and for everyone involved. And you know, as you guys know, you do what's best for the people that you care about, and it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
It's not important as long as everybody in that circle's happy and you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.